Hello everyone, I'm a little late to the game, but I'm going to talk to you about my tea empties for February. Now it was mostly tea bags, but I feel like I made a good, um, tried my best to finish some like random tea bags or tea bags that I'm like, okay, there's not many left, I can finish them up, or teas I'm like trying that are new to me and I wanted to try. So let's talk about the tea. For January, I drank 75 cups of tea, which is pretty good. I think compared to last year in January I drank like 87 cups or so, so a little bit of a difference, or 89 maybe. I feel like um, this fall and this winter I've been drinking less tea, but maybe because I'm a little bit busier than I was last year, and maybe I just, instead of a tea, I had like a coffee or, a drink. And usually when I have beverages, I've said this before, especially tea, I try to, have time in between, so I'm like really enjoying the tea. But sometimes when I drink a tea too fast, I'm like, oh, whoa, what happened? I want to, enjoy the flavor and just the comfort of drinking a big hot cup of tea. So yeah, that's why I like to try to do like 2 hours. Sometimes if I'm really craving tea, I'll do like an hour and a half. Or, if I'm doing something else and I forgot that I have, like it's like 3 o'clock and I haven't had a tea since 12 o'clock, I'm like, okay, I need a tea. Yeah, so this morning I did have a tea from an older Sips by box. I really do like Sips by box, but because it's American, like based in Texas, I think it's a little bit expensive to ship to Canada. So I think like a box would be like $15 in no shipping, or maybe it was shipping, but I feel like one box cost me like $40 or so, which is really expensive. So I did like 4 or 5 boxes, or maybe two, took a break, and then 2 or 3 a little bit later. So in the future, I would like to try Subscribe box again, or do like Canadian subscription boxes. Excuse me. I know Moda Tea is like a Canadian subscription box, and Brew Tea maybe Canadian. Or also, I know Tea Runners isn't Canadian, it's a UK subscription box, but I feel like that'd be a cool subscription box to do. I do really want to keep my tea under control. I'm going to do a video of my goals for, starting now. But yeah, let's get on to this video. So 75 cups of tea, and one of my goals was to finish like a tea sampler I got from like Winners, the Cup of Life sampler, and I finished the last 4 teas. And I mean, if this was on sale, I'd probably get it again, because most of the teas I did enjoy, and for the most part, some of these teas I could re-steep up to like 3 or 4 times. I think. So the first one, this is the one that I think I steeped like 3 or 4 times. But after a while of re-steeping, I kind of get bored. I'm like, okay, I've had enough. I'll throw the tea leaves in like the compost and, do another tea. So I do like re-steeping, but there's a time where it's like, okay, 3 to 4 steeps, or maybe even 5, and I'm getting a little bored, and I just don't want to worry about that tea anymore, and I will start like a different tea. So white tea, blueberry, and acai, very delicious. A nice white tea. You could taste the fruitiness. So it was a nice, fruity, refreshing white tea. I really like this. If this was by itself, like in a box, I'd probably get this. It was really good. Feel good, ginger and lemon. I don't think I re-steeped this, because herbals I don't really re-steep. Although last month's empties there was like a chamomile tea that I thought needed to be re-steeped, because there's so much tea. So but yeah, feel good, ginger and lemon and ginger is a classic mix. It's, I feel like every tea company has a lemon and ginger tea, because it's just so delicious. I'm never not happy with my ginger and lemon teas. Like whenever I try a new ginger lemon tea, I'm like, this is great. So technically, when it comes to ginger lemon, you don't need to try every company that has that tea, or even peppermint. Like if you want to, sure, I do that sometimes, but I'm not like, I have to try this tea. even though I have like 5 of the same tea. Yeah, I mean, if it was a little, like, if it had different ingredients in the ginger lemon, maybe, but for the most part, I mean, they're all very good ginger lemon teas. Cranberry and ginger, I was very excited about this. But I guess there wasn't as much ginger. It was more of like a fruity herbal tea. But the ingredients were really good. Hibiscus, rosehip, lemongrass, ginger, apple, and cranberry. So there was 12% of ginger. I like how they do the percentage of the ingredients. But it was mostly like a fruity tea. And then Summer Lover, fennel, and hibiscus. And this kind of had some interesting ingredients. Cinnamon, ginger, hibiscus, garcinia, I guess, which is like a good ingredient, like a flower maybe? Cumin seeds, fennel, and ginseng. And I think all of these teas are organic, the Cup of Life tea. So this was good. I think I might have steeped that twice. Yeah, because it was kind of like a chai a little bit. Yeah, it was like a chai. So I think I steeped this twice. Or I cut the bag and did like 2 separate steeps. Okay, next up, I've had this for a while, and this really makes me miss PEI, Prince Edward Island. My grandmother lives there, my mom lived there, so I do have some family members still there. I can't wait to go back to Prince Edward Island to visit some of my family, but also go to some of the tea stores. So they have an Anne of Green Gables, which is like an iconic character based in Prince Edward Island. Like Anne of Green Gables, everyone's heard of it. Everyone loves Anne of Green Gables. Or, for the most part, a lot of people do. But if you go to the Anne of Green Gables chocolate store, they do have some tea. And even, yeah, and there's a couple cool tea stores in Prince Edward Island. So this would be like Charlottetown. But this is the Island Strawberry Tea. So it's a gold foil bag with 4 tea bags. This is like a straight, like a nice black tea with strawberry flavoring. I don't know if you could really taste the strawberry, but you could tell there was like a fruity black tea. So black tea, natural strawberry flavor, natural flavors. Yeah, I kind of had this for a while, so I wanted to drink this, but this is also a tea I enjoyed, so next time I'm back in Prince Edward Island, I'm going to go to the Anne of Green Gables store, get the tea, and I think there's like another store, like an Anne of Green Gables store with more tea, so I'm definitely going to go back there. They had the maple tea, which I finished a little bit ago, and they also had like I think a blueberry or a raspberry or both, and then this tea. So this was really good. I'd get this again. I mean, it's just tea bags, but it's really nice. Next up, I'll look at both of them. So another goal was to finish the Locoze sampler that I got from like Dollar Store for $1. But then the next time I went back, they still had them, but they pushed the price to either $1.50 or $2. And I was like, okay, yeah, I'm not gonna $2 for 10 tea bags or $1.50 for 10 tea bags. I mean, not as good as $1 for 10 tea bags. So. Yeah, I mean, I'm glad I tried this, but at the same time, I don't know if I'd necessarily get this again unless it was for a great deal. They're all just okay teas, I guess. But I did enjoy this. I feel like I'm really in the mood for black teas more now, so I'm drinking a lot of like, I don't know, Earl Greys and like black tea, like fruity black teas. So this is good. So I have 2 of the Locoze Earl Grey. So that means this is finished. So I finished the 10 tea bags. And if I find this again on a deal, like a good price, like $1, maybe even less, I would get this again. Or if someone gifted to me that. But the Earl Grey was good. I should have kind of organized this. So I did make some goals. Okay, I think. Yeah. So I wasn't as many empties, but it was a good progress. Yeah. So another goal was to finish. I do have some more tea bags I was hoping to finish, but that didn't happen. So hopefully later on. But as long as I finish those tea bags, I'm okay with that. But my one tea to finish for this month or for January was the almond biscotti tea from 4 o'clock, which is a white tea. I love the imagery on it with a polar bear and an ugly sweater and skating with a penguin. So cute. And this is a white tea with cacao, shells, carob, natural almond biscotti flavor, and roasted chicory root. I've had this for so long. This is probably like 5 years old. It's a good tea, but I knew it was in my collection for so long. I just wanted to get rid of it. If I see it in the store, I think think I might buy it. Or 4 o'clock does have other winter blends I would get. Like they have a carrot cake, and I think they have a red velvet and something else. And yeah, so I've tried the Black Forest cake and the almond biscotti, and I think I like the almond biscotti better than the Black Forest cake, but I think I'd get those again just to retry. But yeah, this was a good tea, and I'm glad I finished. So 4 tea bags. So yeah, so that's done. So these are good goals already. Actually, I have 1 loose leaf, which is a small portion, 11 grams of Just Beat It. Just Beat It is a great mate tea. I love it so much. Like in the afternoon, I'll drink this. I just had a couple. I started drinking this a couple months ago, and when I recently saw it in my cupboard, I only had like two or three teacups left. So I finished it because I was like, might as well. It's only got a little portion left. So I finished this. I still have more. Just Beat It, but I'm glad I finished that. At one of at my job, we have like a little bit of a tea and coffee cupboard, and there was some Tetley. There's a container of Tetley's green tea with mint, so I borrowed 2. So I have this post-it note that says 2 tea bags of Tetley's green tea with mint. Very delicious green tea with mint. I love green tea. I love mint. I really love the mix too. So green tea with mint, delicious. I'd get that tea again. But first I gotta finish up more green teas and mint teas, or both green tea with mint. Excuse me. This is a tea that I haven't talked about yet, but it is in, excuse me, I have a haul to talk about, but I haven't done it yet, so hopefully soon. But this is from the haul. It's from like a Asian market, and it's so it's instant ginger tea, refined instant tea, ginger and sugar free. Now you can find these anywhere in like a lot of markets and some like grocery stores, but they're usually filled with sugar and honey, and sometimes I just want like, okay, I kind of want the honey and ginger, but I guess when I see the sugar, I'm like, okay, that's a lot. I feel like they've added sugar along with the honey. So when I saw this sugar-free ginger instant at the Asian market that I went to, I grabbed it because I'm like, I love ginger. And this, if you don't like ginger, this may be too much for you. Like, this is like a punch of ginger. Like, you take a sip and boom, you taste the flavor. So if you love ginger, try this. This is delicious. My dad tried it and he loved it, but he loves ginger. I wouldn't give this to my mom because she'd hate it. But me loving ginger and my dad loving ginger, this is delicious. So I drank 2 of these, and the pack comes with like 25, I think. So I'm definitely getting this again. Delicious. Like, all you have to do is pour it in, and you got instant ginger. So delicious. Next up, also from my work, there was an English breakfast Tim Hortons, and I drank this. I really like this. This is a nice English breakfast tea. I would get more of this. I just feel like Tim Hortons tea bags are a little pricier than they probably should be. They're like just under $5, like $4.50 for a box of like 20. So I don't know. I feel like if it was like $3 or even $3.50, I would like it. So I guess if I have a coupon, I would get the Tim Hortons tea. I mean, I guess they do have the pumpkin spice, which is good, but it was like $4.50 or so. So I just kind of wish that the tea bags were a little bit cheaper in a box, but this was really delicious. English breakfast, and this is the older packaging. But delicious, 1 tea bag. Slowly going through some of my like green tea bags. Well, tea bags in general, but I have a lot of nice green tea and tea bags I really love. So this is the Echinacea ginger root tea from Hiley's. Delicious. I really love this, especially when you kind of feel like you have a sore throat, or you don't want black tea. Like for me, I like to have black tea in the morning, especially breakfast teas, because it's a breakfast tea. But when I just feel like I can't take a black tea for the morning, and maybe I'll do it later in the afternoon, I'll do a green tea. And this is so delicious with echinacea, ginger root, and I think also licorice root. And it's green tea. Delicious. I have more of this. If I see at the the winners I got it from, I'm definitely getting again, but very delicious. Again, another tea I'm slowly drinking through, and it's taken me a while to get back to this tea because it's so good. It's excuse me, Tazo's Zen, a harmonious blend of green tea with lemongrass and spearmint. Delicious, so delicious. I love this so much. I'll definitely get this again because it's just classic, so delicious. We also have Orange and Spice from Bigelow. Again, a tea that I haven't had in a while, but I do have a decent amount of the tea bags left. So I love this tea. Delicious, like orange and spice tea. Yeah, fruity tea with a little bit of like cinnamon and that stuff. Another tea that I really do like, raspberry leaf. I almost got another box at the superstore, but then I was like, I would like to finish this first and also finish others. So before I get this again, maybe finish a good amount of tea, but this is definitely raspberry leaf, great tea like for bedtime or like when you're not really sure what to drink this, delicious, or especially when you're a woman on your time of the month, very delicious. I don't know if it really helps me with time of the month, but it's delicious, and I do try to drink it when it's the time of my month. Yeah, and I also have 2 Vidam tea bags that I drank. Earl Grey citrus, okay. The first tea, so I did 2 steeps of this. No, okay, technically I did 4 steeps, but I cut the tea bag and I did 2 separate steeps. So I did 4 steeps in total. The first 2 I was a little unsure of. It's a nice green tea, and the bergamot, I don't know if the bergamot just threw me off because I never had a green tea with bergamot in it. So a green Earl Grey. But then the last 2, I think I might have steeped it a little bit less, or I just was actually in the mood for it. And so the last 2 steeps I had was very delicious. I really enjoyed this. So yeah, it's 98.2% green tea and 1.8% of bergamot. So I'm not sure. I guess I just was in the mood for the first 2 times of drinking this, but the last 2, very delicious. But you know what, I don't know if it's something I'd necessarily get again. If I did have it again, I'd be okay with it, but it's not like I'd want like a 50-gram bag of it. Or I wouldn't go out of my way to get that, but if it just happened like it was on sale, or if I was in the mood, or is a gift, sure, yeah. But this one, very delicious. India's original. It's a black tea with cardamom, cinnamon, black pepper, and clove. Oh my gosh, I love chai. I really do love like herbal chai, rooibos chai, even green chais. But this, I mean, black chai is really good, but sometimes it's nice to switch up a little bit. This is so delicious. It's making me get back into loving black chais, but it's so good. So yeah, very delicious. I totally get that again, but yeah, so that was a longer video for just talking about a couple tea empties. So I will say that I don't have as many empties as other people do. I know Batley on the Facebook page said, you know, sometimes she kind of feels like she doesn't make as much progress as other people, and I feel that. Like, I really hope she stays on Facebook because I love her posts. I love seeing everyone's posts of all their tea empties, and sometimes it can be like, oh my gosh, like, you guys are finishing so much tea and I'm only finishing like a fraction of what you drank. But it all depends on, you know, the mood you're in. Like, you don't want to force yourself to have a cup of tea. Like, I asked my parents if they want a cup of tea, and they're like, and I'm like, I'm not forcing you. Like, if you want tea, I'll make it for you, but you don't have to if you don't want to. And, you know, sometimes I'm just so busy that I forget to have like 3 cups, even though I want to, and I just end up drinking 2. But progress is progress. I have definitely made some progress. Like, some of these teas I've wanted to finish for so long. This, the almond biscotti, the cup of life teas, and there are some teas that I tried that I'm like, you know what, I would get this again. So maybe it's not big progress, but it's progress for me. And I love it when other people finish so much because I'm like, awesome. Like, I know people who love tea, they have a lot of tea. And I can say I have a lot of tea. So, you know, it's just progress. And I hope everyone who watches this video doesn't feel, you know, like, oh, I'm not finishing enough tea. I'm not as good as other tea drinkers, I guess. Yeah, so hopefully you have a great day and enjoy your tea. I really want another tea right now. Yeah, so bye, and hope you're having a great day. See ya.